What's up, everyone? Champet's back again for another UFC predictions video. This time for UFC Fight Night London, Movsar Evloev versus Lerone Murphy, a true number one contenders fight. This is probably, perhaps, like the best main event we've had this year so far. I mean, this is a banger in terms of like competitiveness as well as meaning in the division. We finally get to see who's next for Alexander Volkanovski to fight for the belt. It is a banger, man. And I love the rest of this card. So we will absolutely get into it. But first, as always, we will go over what happened last week and how we did betting as well as picks wise, etc. So not the best, not the worst. It could have been way worse. I'm not happy losing, but it's okay. It could have been way worse. It could have been way worse. So let's go through some of these. What was the first? I think it actually might be Bia Mesquita over Movsar Evloev, my biggest bet of the card. I'm happy she was my biggest. I am so happy. Yeah. I feel like I got. I mean, what am I gonna say? Like, obviously I got it right. Like, she was a pretty big favorite, but it's like, dude, Rendon is bad, and she looked bad here because she got her on the feet by Bia Mesquita. I don't think people realize how bad that is, and it will be revealed in due time. Trust me, because Bia Mesquita, I think she is a fade in the future, absolutely. But here it damn sure wasn't, because like Rendon is so unbelievably bad on the ground, got put down easily, and just Bia just worked her so. It was effortless. I had rounds 1, 2, Bia Mesquita. I don't know why I didn't even put more on that, to be honest, and. Well, no, I do know, because I don't want to be overexposing myself. But I knew this was a smash spot, and that's absolutely what I did. Thank God. Yeah, Bia Mesquita just completely destroyed. Easy. Yeah, there's not much to talk there. Next fight I bet on, Brad Tavares versus Eric Anders. Oh my God, Brad. This was a painful watch, because Brad was doing pretty all right. He just kept kind of getting hurt and getting taken down. And so I couldn't believe it, because it's a good matchup for him, but it's just not doing enough. And it sucked, because I really did think I can't speak. I really did think the speed was going to make such a big difference, but it kind of didn't. Still, it was really close. I wish I waited to play dog odds, but whatever. Brad Tavares did his thing, man. Not Brad. Eric Anders did his thing to get his win in his retirement fight. He did say he was retiring, so I mean, at least I wasn't wrong about that part. Yeah, Tavares looked terrible. Yeah, it doesn't mean he can't get wins in the UFC still. It's just, he's fallen off quite a bit. So yeah, respect to Anders for getting the win. That one's probably the one that stung the most out of everything else I bet on the night, to be honest. So yeah. The next fight I had a bet on, which one was next? Was it? No, I think it's going to be... I had Vitor Petrino in a parlay, which didn't hit, sadly. Vitor Petrino to win in a parlay. Yeah. Obviously, the parlay didn't hit, but Vitor... There were things to... that was one of the weirdest fights, to be honest, because it didn't go anywhere near as what I thought it would. Because I was like, Vitor Petrino is going to take him down easy, and he's going to kill him on the ground. He couldn't take him down. I couldn't believe it, man. Like that was bad, in my opinion, from Vitor's end. I mean, to be fair, Asplin did pretty good job at defending the takedowns, to be fair, technique-wise. So maybe I should give him more credit than anything, like, disparaging of Petrino. But what I couldn't believe, even more so, is Asplin's not even trying to do what he needs to do to win, which is put on pressure, make Petrino tight. It didn't... and throw a bunch of volume. I understand that you can't just do that stupidly and get yourself chinned, because Vitor hits really, really hard. But your chance to win is that Vitor is able to do what he needed to do to win, like relatively, maybe not really easily, but like relatively easily. Yeah, a good win by Vitor. Yeah, I'm still a doubter of him, even though I had a bet on him, because I knew this is a pretty good fight for him. Next fight I had a bet on Charles Johnson over 2.5. Yeah, this went over. I mean, CJ is still a tough guy, even after getting hurt not that long ago, like whatever. Close fight, to be honest. I don't mind CJ winning. 30-27 is kind of crazy. But yeah, I don't mind CJ winning the fight. I thought it was really close to be. I thought like most of the rounds could have been scored either way. But yeah, those are my thoughts on that. The next fight I had a bet on. What did I have a bet on otherwise? That's after this. It might be no. Chris Curtis Orobai. This is a terrible bet. Then again, it was just 0.16, so like I can sleep at night. Yeah, Chris Curtis had literally nothing. He just got taken down over and over. I mean, there's not much to say. I didn't put too much on it. I can sleep at night. It's fine. The next fight I had a bet on, Harry Hardwick versus Marwan Rahiki. Hey, I thought he looked closer than like my plus 215 or whatever. Like I thought he was doing quite all right, to be honest with you. And obviously round 2 got pretty bad. And like if you saw the video of him like talking about his jaw and he's showing his jaw, oh my god, it's terrible. So I was like, why you quit? No. And then I see, I was like, okay, I can forgive you for this one. But yeah, great work by Rahiki to find the shots and stuff like that. I do think he's kind of chinny because I feel like he got. I don't think Hardwick has like the best power in the world, but kind of landed some nice shots on him and it kind of worked out, or not worked out, but like he got stunned by freaking Hardwick of all people. So yeah, but Rahiki, he does have freaking skills. There's no denying that. Yeah, the next fight I had a bet on, I believe, is Jillian Robert. Oh, no, Delgado. Jose Delgado. I had wins inside the distance as well as just his money line. Props to Delgado and props to Philly as well. I want to give credit to Philly because I thought his chin was just going to get cracked here pretty easily. It didn't. His chin held up pretty well. And I have to give credit to Delgado because I thought he fought really smart as the fight went on, because round 1 did not go his way at all. Philly fought super well, and Philly's always one of those guys who's like a great gatekeeper because he's a top 15 level guy skill wise. It's just his durability is not the best, honestly. His durability was there today, and even with that, Delgado was able to find adjustments after a tough round 1. I felt he faced adversity. Round 2, round 3 adjusted and did what he needed to do to win. It was still close, but against a guy like Philly, that's forgivable. And I think it's a good learning experience as well for Delgado. I'm pretty high on him, and I think this fight made me probably higher on him in the future as well. I thought the adjustments were really good to see from a guy dealing with adversity and coming back and doing what he needs to do to win. So props to Delgado to get the job done. Yeah. The next fight I had a bet on, Jillian Robertson versus Amanda Lemos. I had Jillian's money line. I wish I played it more. But no, I don't. And also I had fight doesn't go the distance. Jillian was definitely injured going in. It was pretty clear. Like seeing, because she's just like, okay, stay on top. My God, this is very scary. This is very, very scary on the feet. Jillian's a tough son of a gun, man. And yeah, she did what he needed to do. She toughed it out. I love seeing that from a fighter. And yeah, Jillian's really good. She is really good and still able to do what she needed to do to get the job done against a girl like Lemos, who, to be fair, is kind of dumb herself. She's pretty dumb, fight IQ wise, but like she didn't make Jillian's life easy at all in the fight. So yeah, props to Jillian Robertson be able to get the job done. I hope she gets a title shot so bad. I really want to see her versus Dern, assuming that Zhang Wei Li is going to be out for a while, because she almost always is. It's going to be Jillian or Ricci, if depending on schedules and if Ricci beats Jandiroba. So it all depends on those things. So yep, those are my bets and stuff like that. Not the worst night, because I've only lost like 0.29. Could be worse. But like the biggest bet hit, I can sleep at night with that. Shout out Bia Mosquito for real. Otherwise though, Tapology wise, how I did pretty all right. 9 of 14 on picks. Sampage Piera, I knew this fight was like gonna be like, I thought it was gonna be pretty close. It really wasn't. Piera looked amazing. Best I've seen her cardio, honestly, and it's also her hands look so good, man. And Sampage wasn't really able to push the pace on Piera. It was a lot of pressure from Piera Rodriguez, and Piera looked amazing. So credit to her for sure. Next fight up, Hedger Souza versus Luan Lacerda. This one I'm kicking myself for not betting not betting, like tracking, I should say. Because I did say I like Souza like a good amount. I do. And I did live bet him here. And he looked incredible in my opinion. I thought he looked, I mean, not incredible. That's not true. He was getting kind of worked early on in the fight, although it was like kind of a close round. But as the fight went on, man, this guy just pushes a pace and just goes buck wild crazy. He isn't necessarily the best, but man, this guy will fight. And I really respect it. I really like me some Hedger Souza. Talked about this one. Oki versus Souza. I mean, Oki doing good early, and then Souza wins via hardware, just killing this dude. As simple as that. Not much to say. Smith versus you. I did feel good saying that, like, you would have, like, this wouldn't be like as one-sided as some people are making out to be, and that's true. You was doing pretty good early, but it's, man, Elijah Smith Jr., man, I like this guy. He's pretty damn good. Finds a way to twist it on him and get a great sub. Great win by Elijah Smith Jr., in my opinion. Talked about this one. C versus Kutalaba. I am so happy I stayed away from this one. I kind of can't believe what I saw here. Kutalaba getting the sub is what I'm more shocked about than anything. I will say, C's hands look the best it's ever looked. I actually really like what I saw on the feet with Umar C. But man, I couldn't believe he just got subbed by a freaking guillotine. Yeah, I think it's a learning experience. I think he'll get better off of it. But yeah, props to Kutalaba. Good win. I talked about this one. And then Vallejos versus Emmett. Vallejos catches him bad. Simple as that. A win against Emmett at this point doesn't mean much to me, especially for, like, in terms of, like, rankings and stuff like that. Like, we're talking about, like, Vallejos, Ilya Topuria comparisons, which I think are ridiculous. Like, I think that comparison's stupid. But yeah, that he looked great though. Emmett couldn't really do nothing. So props to Vallejos doing what he needs to do to win. And yeah, let's get on to the card. Melissa Mullins versus Luana Carolina. I don't like Luana Carolina at 135. Give me Mullins. I think she gets a job done with wrestling. But the thing is, with Mullins, she is dumb. She is dumb. So you can't trust her fight IQ. I don't really want to trust, like, betting her, to be honest with you. But I think she is a side, though. I think she's a side of the betting line. Like, I don't. Luana Carolina's best part of her game was her striking because of her length. She doesn't really have that as much at 135. She's not as physical at 135 either. So I think Mullins, if she's smart, clinches up, finds takedowns, uses ground and pound, and gets the job done against Luana Carolina. Chanel Dyer versus Ravana Oliveira. Give me Dyer. I just don't think much of Oliveira, but I don't know. Something about Dyer. When I saw that Dana White Contender Series fight, and give Dyer credit, that's against Foro, who is pretty good. I don't know. I wasn't crazy about what I was seeing in that fight. And it's like, no, does Oliveira provide that? No. But I feel like this girl is kind of green. Yeah, she can probably kickbox Oliveira and do what she wants and needs to do. But something about this one just, like, gives me weird vibes. I mean, Oliveira needs a win here pretty badly, right? So I that's something to consider. I do think Dyer gets a job done and does it relatively easy, but I'm kind of not interested in taking a shot on Dyer. I mean, not even a shot. I mean, what's her odds? -470? Yeah, no thanks. Yeah, pass for me. But I mean, UFC's probably trying to set her up, so I understand that people, like, parlay her and stuff like that. Shamrock versus Al Sawadi. Abdul Karim Al Sawadi. I'm gonna go Sawadi by decision. I think he's gonna just put volume on Shamrock and win like that. I'm gonna be honest though, this fight I've not really taped at all. Of the fights I've really not really looked at, this is like the one I didn't look at much at all. Like, I've heard someone say Shamrock should be -1000. Based off what I saw against Evloev, I don't know in what world are you talking about. I think the striking is so bad. I mean, off the top of my head, I can't think of Al Sawadi really facing any like wrestling or grappling threat. So like maybe that's the point that I'm missing, that I haven't really taped much, and I'll change my opinion and I'll put it in the comments. I have no interest in betting this fight, to be honest, though. I just don't. I'm not really interested in doing business with Al Sawadi. I don't think he's that great. I just think he's gonna put out volume, and it's kind of about it. So yeah, give me Al Sawadi, but that's, yeah, whatever. Next fight up on the card: Louis Sutherland versus Brando Perisic. Okay, hold on. I'm not sure if I accidentally muted my microphone, so I'm just gonna go through these two really quickly again. Perisic, I don't think much of Louis Sutherland, and Brando Perisic is going to be able to work him on the feet, in my opinion. I like him as a prospect a lot. And Montas Tricoli is kind of a nothing burger, in my opinion. And Montas, I don't think he's going to get jiu-jitsu'd, but maybe it's possible because he is green. But yeah, I think Montas probably messes him up bad on the feet. Now Mario Pinto versus Felipe Franco. Franco is a Freddie Vidal victim. He's a Freddie Vidal victim, right? Like this guy, Freddie Vidal, is so bad. Like really, there's no excuse. And the Freddie Vidal was short notice. Like in that fight, if I remember correctly, I think he missed weight as well. Or no, maybe I'm not sure if he missed weight because it's heavyweight, but like, I remember something like that. It was just such a bad look, and watching it back, it was terrible. Mario Pinto's gonna murder this dude. Not murder. It's maybe not the style how Mario Pinto fights, but I like Mario Pinto a lot. I mean, if you watch my Champ Bets Awards videos, not this past year, but the year before that, I'm always doing Dana White Contender Series fighters that I really like, and like prospects that really stand out to me. Number one in that video was Luis Gurule. Not number one. Like I didn't rank them or anything like that, but one of the ones I did was Luis Gurule. That's looking awful. But my saving grace is Mario Pinto, because Mario Pinto he was my favorite guy from that season. Like I thought he could have insane potential, and he's good everywhere. And yeah, this is just what is Franco gonna do? Like Pinto's better everywhere. You can wrestle him, he can strike with him, he'll do whatever he wants. I'll tell you what though. Pinto is a guy who starts slow. He takes his time. He takes his time to work. So I like the idea of something like 2-3 KO on Pinto, perhaps as like maybe a value play, or maybe sub, like 2-3 finish, I should say, because he does take his time. But don't be surprised if he just gets rid of this guy pretty quickly. But yeah, I think 2-3 is an interesting look. Maybe even decision if you want to be risky with it. But Pinto is just so much better than this guy. Probably your spread will be just fine. I think a spread will probably be like pretty safe to play on Mario Pinto. So yeah, Mario Pinto by whatever the hell he wants, in my opinion, because he's just so much better than this guy who I just don't think much of at all. Nathaniel Wood versus Lucien Kaita. Kaita is back again after the missing weight situation. And man, I think he nukes Nathaniel Wood. I've been saying Nathaniel Wood's going to get nuked in his past Well, past 2. Not against Pineda. I had money on him there, and that was scary. Look, it is scary because Kaita's fighting a pretty fast guy who's a former 135er. And like Kaita's pretty fast himself, but this guy is a 135er. And I don't want to say this, like maybe he's just kind of like the better fighter overall. But man, Kaita is disgusting. I love this guy. I think he's a really legit player in this division. He hits like a truck. If he lands on Wood, Wood is going to sleep. I promise you, he's going to sleep. And like I like the idea of like a Kaita KO instead of just taking his money line, because I think his main path to victory is with that. I think his athleticism is like a huge factor in this fight. I think that can absolutely play a factor, like getting to Wood, and like landing the shot he needs to. I think the takedown defense is good enough to keep the fight on the feet for the whole fight and find the shot he needs to find on Wood. So, like, one thing I'm not crazy about Kaita, his cardio isn't necessarily the best, so it could be a little bit of a worry. And Kaita, I talked about the cardio, and like he could be a little basic too, but he's quite good with the basics. So yeah, I believe in Kaita. I think he's a really, like I said, I think he's a legit player in this division. I think he's the real deal. I think he gets the job done. Still pretty young, in his prime. I think he finds a shot and puts Nathaniel Wood out. Mason Jones versus Axel Sola. This is a banger. Love this fight. Give me Axel Sola to win a decision. Mason Jones is super tough, so I don't think he finishes him. But I think Axel Sola he's back down at his rightful weight class after going up to welterweight for a short notice fight. And I think that's going to be a huge thing. I think he's going to manage the distance well. He's a French fighter. Like, you know these dudes. He's going to manage the distance well enough to do what he needs to do against Jones and not get grappled. And I think he's going to win a decision. That's why I think I'm interested in maybe putting like a small bet on him. I don't really want to go against Mason Jones really that much, but I think Sola is able to get the job done and use his elusiveness to move out the way and land the nice shots needed to keep Jones away from doing what he needs to do. Curtis Campbell versus Danny Silva. I cannot wait to talk about this one. Oh boy. Look, I'm a pretty big Danny Silva guy. I like Danny Silva a lot. But man, Curtis Campbell I think is special. I think this guy's good, man. I think I talked about the the Dana White Contender Series thing. I talked about my Champ Bets Awards. This year, I had 2 guys. I had Cesare Oleksiejczuk and I had Curtis Campbell. This guy is my favorite guy from this season, if I'm being honest. I think this guy is the real deal. I think he has insane potential. I think he could possibly be a world champion one day. I do think he has that kind of potential at 23 years of age with the skills he has. Elite. Let me get into why. Danny Silva is a good fighter. He's got really good cardio, really good durability, which is why I got this fight going to decision. And he's got really good volume and stuff like that. That's what he's got. Curtis Campbell has elite cardio. Man, his kicks are very nice. I like his counters on the feet as well. I like him as like a Muay Thai striker. I'm not crazy about his defense on the feet. He's still young. He might get cracked at one point. But Danny Silva isn't really the type of guy to really crack dudes like that, though. It's just not him. His grappling is just bliss. Amazing scrambles. You can see this dude scramble for freaking days, and I love the ground and pound. He's got good jiu-jitsu paired on top of it. He's good everywhere. He's a pretty all-around fighter. I kind of wish he had better hands. Like, that's the one part of his game I think I want to see improve the most, but everything else is just, man, that teep kick he has, oh my freaking goodness. Danny Silva's it's a tough fight for him, I think. And I think Curtis Campbell gets the job done. I have money on him. I think he gets the job done. He's him. Roman Dolidze versus Christian Leroy Duncan. I also forgot to mention, if you want like a free parlay piece, Mario Pinto. Just want to say that. I forgot to mention it. Here we go. Roman Dolidze versus Christian Leroy Duncan. I have a lot to say about this one. I think that Christian Leroy Duncan is going to absolutely smoke Dolidze so bad here. This is my biggest bet of the card, flat out. I think CLD is going to make this look beyond easy. What does Roman Dolidze have to offer? Genuine question. Here's what I got for CLD. He has excellent range management. I don't even know how Dolidze's even going to get to him. He's a hook merchant. I know he threw a little more than that against like Marvin Vettori in the second fight. He got dropped by Marvin Vettori in that second fight, by the way. He's also getting older, 37. He got his soul taken by Fluffy. And CLD's, I think, on the feet, it's a nightmare. What is Dolidze gonna do? He's not gonna land anything. And if he does, it's not gonna affect it because CLD has an excellent chin. Also, like, and Roman Dolidze's just defensively liable. Yeah, liable is the word. He's got nothing. He's just gonna get hit by everything. What else? The clinch. Dolidze loves the clinch. She doesn't really do much in the clinch. She gets you in the clinch. She holds you there. CLD's going to kill him there. He's so much better. He actually does stuff in there. And I love how much bigger CLD, or not how much bigger, but they're going to be like the same size. But I think he's more physical is what I'm trying to say, especially like in his prime and stuff like that. And man, I just Roman Dolidze is going to run into something that's going to hurt him really bad. And if you're worried about CLD getting grappled or something like that, he fought RoboCop on short notice, and RoboCop's trying to grapple him, and he had trouble, and that was the thing that let him down that fight. You definitely damn well know he's been working on that part of his game, especially for this fight. I don't think this. Like, I am scared about like some meme spin stuff that maybe he trips and falls down and something like that, and Roman Dolidze gets something, but I think that's so low percentage to happening. I think more often than not, CLD is going to be doing whatever the hell he wants on the feet with Roman Dolidze. I don't see him losing like pretty much any time in this fight. I think the CLD by KO is an interesting look, but to be fair, Roman Dolidze's a tough guy. There's no disrespect to that. He's a tough guy, so maybe it does go to decision. -3.5 or some -5.5 spread. I think those are good too. I think he makes his look pretty damn easy and gets the job done. I think those are good looks. You can go with that. I think the money line even is completely just fine. So give me CLD all the way. Yeah. So CLD's my guy this week. I think gets the job done pretty damn easily. Evil Baranowski versus Austin Lane. Look, I'm going to go with the obvious pick. I'm going to go with Evil Baranowski, but I implore you not to bet this guy. Not to bet this guy at all. Like Lane, I don't know how the hell Lane's gonna make weight or anything like that. I don't get it, especially at his age or whatever. But dude, how Evil fights, it's just volatility, man. And with volatility, like you cannot rely on some volatility, like such volatility with a -600 against a guy who's a former heavyweight who probably hits pretty damn freaking hard. And Baranowski is absolutely hittable. So you cannot rely on that. If Baranowski grapples, he makes this look ultra easy. But can you trust the fight IQ? Can you trust it? I don't think you can. I don't hate anyone putting like a little bit on Austin Lane. If this line gets even like crazier, I'm probably going to take like a tiny shot. Like I refuse to put much money on Lane because I really don't think he wins. But like this is getting a little crazy, to be honest with you, where it is now. So, yeah, I'm going Baranowski. I think he swings on the feet and lands on Lane, and Lane goes out. But, yeah, don't be surprised if a meme happens. Don't just parlay this guy. You can probably parlay the under. I don't think this fight goes long at all, to be honest. Under 0.5 is probably not a bad look, honestly. So that's I guess that's a point of view. Like a round one finish for either guy, maybe is like finish ends round one. There's probably a better bet than Evil just money line. Michael Venom Page versus Sam Patterson. This is a good fight. Also interesting because they're former sparring partners, right? So that's worth mentioning. To be honest with you, this fight's a fight IQ fight. And you know what? I think Sam Patterson fails to fight IQ. The test. I'm going to go decision, but it could absolutely be a KO, to be honest with you. Sam Patterson absolutely can grapple MVP here, and if it gets on the ground, it very well could be over just like that. But here's the thing about Sam Patterson. He doesn't go for his grappling until someone grapples him. MVP is never going to grapple this guy. And, I mean, Sam Patterson's so hittable as well, so I think he's going to get hit a bunch. So, I mean, honestly, I'm going to go KO, to be honest. Yeah, I'm going to go KO. Like, he's so... Is this welterweight or middleweight? Yeah, welterweight. Okay. But he's so damn hittable, and I think the speed and movement of MVP is going to give Patterson problems as well. Patterson's huge. It's like, again, if he grapples and wrestles, he absolutely can look like the favorite here, but I don't think he will. But there's not really anything I really like too much betting on this fight, though, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I don't really want to trust MVP at this price. Minus 170. No thanks. Please bring that lower for me, and I can maybe get on board, but no thanks for now. Yeah, I maybe MVP KO can interest me if it's like a big number, but yeah, I think MVP does his thing. They're sparring partners in the past though, so maybe Patterson grows a brain because he knows, oh yeah, I definitely can't strike with this guy, which he should know. But I'm not gonna go against what the tape has been telling me, where he just doesn't do that. So yeah, give me MVP. Luke Riley versus Michael Aswell Jr. Good fight. I'm going to go with... This is a good fight, but I'm going to go with Luke Riley to get the job done. But I think it will be a decision because I think Aswell's a really tough dude. This guy's really tough. But I think Luke Riley's just a really good striker, and he's going to land the bigger shots, to be honest with you. I like his striking. I don't think Aswell's going to be really mixing in too much wrestling or anything like that, which is kind of what gives Luke Riley problems. And I think Riley's kind of just finds the better shots and does what he needs to do to win based off hitting the better shots, right? So, yeah, I think Luke Riley gets a job done. I'm not crazy about backing Luke Riley at these prices or something like that because he is kind of hittable himself. But yeah, I think he's just the better striker and wins a striking battle. Simple as that. But I mean, to be fair, Aswell, very good volume as always. So they got to give credit to that. He's a pretty tough guy as well. So it won't be like a blowout in my opinion. So yeah, maybe like Luke Riley by decision could be something interesting, or maybe an over. I think those maybe are interesting looks. But yeah. Next fight up the card, the main event, Movsar Evloev versus Lerone Murphy. I want nothing to do with this because both these guys are my guys. I love both these guys. Both these guys and Volkanovski have been my guys in this division, and it feels good that these guys are the top. Interesting fight. I think it's pretty close. I want no part of it betting wise. I want to sit back and enjoy. I think maybe an interesting look will be some over or something like that, but I'm gonna go Movsar Evloev by decision. I worry about Lerone Murphy. Like, he can get taken down is the thing that really worries me. And that's kind of ultimately why I'm going with Evloev. Evloev is good everywhere. So is Lerone, but it feels like the one weakness in Lerone's game, I shown like the Danny Ige fight and even like the Pico fight. Like, he can get taken down and stuff like that. And with that, I think Evloev is, if he's given the control, he's going to be able to do work with it, right? And do what he needs to do. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's ultimately what I think. But on the feet, I mean, look, I probably lean Lerone. I think he's probably the more sophisticated striker. I know these two were sparring partners at one point as well, so there's something to consider. I know Lerone Murphy put a picture online after Evloev talked trash, and it was Evloev on the ground after sparring with Lerone. So, I don't know, maybe... So I'm absolutely not counting out Lerone Murphy in this fight. I think this is a very competitive fight. Not interested in going against UK judges for this one. But yeah, I think Movsar is going to be able to get the job done with the wrestling. But hey, I wouldn't be shocked if Lerone wins. And wait, yeah, this is undefeated versus undefeated. Man, this is such a sick fight. I love it. Yeah, I think overs probably a good way of playing because I think it probably more often than not goes a distance. So, yep, that's what I lean. That's what I think. Give me Movsar Evloev to get the job done, but in a close fight, I imagine. And yeah, winner fights Volkanovski for the belt, obviously. Most deserving So now, as always, we'll go over each fight, more 6 strikes, more takedowns, see my thoughts on that. Melissa Mullins, Luana Carolina, Mullins more takedowns for sure. Carolina's not going for no takedowns. I guess more 6 strikes could be interesting based on approach. I guess I'll go Carolina because that's like the only thing she'd probably really be willing to do. The Mullins can get that off of ground and pound, so I'm not crazy about that. But more takedowns, Mullins for sure. Dyer, Oliveira. Oliveira's the only one probably going for takedowns here. Dyer more 6 strikes easily, more likely than not. Shamrock, El Sawadi more 6 strike. That's probably better in this money line. Like, I mean, his chin kind of sucks, even against a guy who can't throw anything like Shamrock. Like, more 6 strikes probably a better way to play El Sawadi than anything. And then more takedowns, probably Shamrock. I guess El Sawadi's not really going to go for any. I don't see why he would. So yeah. Louis Sutherland versus Brando Perisic. I think Sutherland's going to be the only one really trying to go for takedowns here of the 2 guys. And Perisic, I think, is going to be landing the more 6 strikes. So, yep. Tricoli, man, I guess more takedowns. Tricoli, I mean, that's his only path to doing anything. And more 6 strikes, Mantas. He's gonna be pinging the pro poker player over and over and over again. Pinto, Franco, more 6 strikes because he's just more sophisticated, good defense. He's gonna be landing on Franco. More takedowns. Pinto, Vidal got this guy down. Pinto can get this guy down just as easily. Danny Wood, Loshin Kaita. Interesting. You know, I might go with Wood on both of them, but I think Kaita just nukes them, to be honest. And lands the bigger shots, just the 6 strike thing. So I'll go with Wood for more 6 strikes and more takedowns, but I'm not crazy about either of those, if I'm being honest with you. Mason Jones, Axel Sola, more 6 strikes. I think he's gonna. I mean, Mason Jones is there to get hit. If Mason Jones gets his takedowns going, which I will say more takedowns, Mason Jones. If he gets those going, he could land some big shots on the top. But I think Sola's pretty like the real deal, man. Curtis Campbell, Danny Silva, more takedowns. Curtis Campbell, damn sure he's getting more takedowns here. And then more 6 strikes is interesting. I think ground and pound is going to lean it towards Curtis Campbell because I think there's going to be a lot of wrestling here, and it's going to do a lot of that. CLD, Roman Dolidze. Roman Dolidze is going to be the only one going for takedowns here. I don't see why CLD is going to be going for much. More 6 strikes. CLD all day. Roman Dolidze is not going to be landing. Barnowski, Lane. I guess Ewo more 6 strikes, but no thanks. More takedowns. Freaking Lane, I guess. I mean, no, Barnowski, because Barnowski can grapple. He hasn't been. I don't know why. Why not? Use that part of your game. You're good at that. Judo, bro. Anyways, I lean Ewo for both, but no thanks. I probably more takedowns. It's what I prefer. MVP Sam Patterson. Patterson more takedowns. MVP is not going for no takedowns. And more 6 strikes, definitely MVP because he's going to be darting in and out, landing on Patterson all day, every day. Luke Riley, Michael Aswell. I'll go with Aswell more 6 strikes because I just think he's going to have more volume. Like, that's how Aswell fights. I guess more takedowns Aswell because I don't think Riley's going to be going for any. So, yeah. I don't think Aswell probably will either, but that's what I lean. And then Lerone Murphy, Movsar more takedowns for sure. I think the 6 strikes could be interesting and could be close, but I'll lean Lerone because Movsar doesn't throw like the most ground and pound ever. So, yeah. Those are my thoughts on the fights. Thanks so much for watching. You can check me out at betmma.tips champ bets. And as well as that, you can like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. I'm very hyped for this card. A lot of fun fights. A lot of bets I really like on this card as well. With Loshin Kaita, Loshin Kaita, more KO. Like, oh my God. Let me start this again. A lot of bets I do really like on this card. Loshin Kaita, KO, CLD, by whatever the hell you want. Mario Pinto by whatever the hell he wants. Curtis Campbell money line. I think all those are like really, really good looks that I like. And I'm interested in maybe taking a look at maybe Axel Sola, some overs, like maybe potentially over 4.5 for what was it? The main event, Evloev, Murphy. But I might just sit that out. Yeah. I think all those are interesting looks to look at, and if you look at my Bet Tips page and track it, you'll see what I have throughout the week. So I already have CLD on there, Curtis Campbell, and Pinto in like a parlay. So yeah, again, thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Check out the Bet Tips, and yeah, See you guys next time. Peace. Have a great one.